Here we go. Good morning and welcome. It is Tuesday. It's 8:30. It's our
Good morning.
live stream with Gary and Michael. We're again running on both channels. And for those that don't know, your channel is
Something Simple, or just search at Something Simple too.
there you go. And mine is still American Christian in the Philippines. And it's still that because no one has come up with a good enough. Well, some good names I've been getting. People have been suggesting to me, but not one that's standing out there.
You could kind of follow, I thought it was funny, but Mr. Simple.
You know, Mr. Simple, that's pretty good. You know, somebody, one of my subscribers, because I said I like your channel name, Something Simple.
Yeah.
So he says, you could call my channel Something Complicated.
That would be it. That's interesting. Yeah, something simple, something problematic. Yeah.
Anyway, welcome. So as you come on board with us here, please go ahead and send a hello and let us know where you're watching from. It's always great to know, isn't it, where people are?
Yeah, it's always good to know. Are you United States, Canada, somewhere else? Let us know. It's always interesting to get feedback as far as where people are watching from. Or here in the Philippines, if you're up this early.
Yeah. So each week we've been doing a live stream and we've been picking a subject that we want to kind of keep as the topic of the day. It does tend to go off a little bit now and then, but that's okay. This is a live stream for everyone. I mean, so if people want to take it a different direction, it's okay. But our subject today, we're talking about things that expats miss when they leave their home countries. Basically, we come over here to the Philippines and we're going to miss things, right, from our home. And there's going to be things that we don't miss.
Of course, yeah.
But let's chat a little bit about some of the things, that we miss, and then we'll get, hopefully by the time we stop rambling, maybe there'll be some comments, questions, and we'll let the live stream take its course.
All right. You want me to go first?
I know you've got things on your mind, so go ahead.
Well, I was kind of thinking about it, things that I miss and then things that I don't miss. And thank you, Jay. Look at this coffee.
Let's see, that's one thing you don't miss. Right?
Yeah, I don't.
You didn't get this kind of service.
No, I wasn't catered to the way I am by Che. Thank you, Che.
Wait, no, it's mine.
All right. What was I thinking?
I don't know. That's kind of
my first thought was things that I don't miss about United States. I definitely don't miss the stress of living in the United States.
Good one, yeah.
That was first and foremost. I don't miss the high pace, like everything's quick. I'm learning to be more patient while I've been here. So like I'm kind of fading away from being impatient.
Here's my beautiful wife. You don't want to say hi, honey?
No.
I didn't think so. Oh, wait a minute. That's not coffee.
No, that's health.
All right, I'll have coffee later.
Yeah, just let her.
Are we getting bread pudding this week? Or?
I already have an egg sandwich.
So last week during the live stream, I know these girls were downstairs. I know they were bored or whatever, but they decided to make us a special treat. You think we're going to get anything today?
Treating us very well, unlike I've ever been treated back in the United States. So, yeah.
Anyway, sorry, these constant, I don't want to call them interruptions because I like that these girls are coming in and serving their men while we're on the live stream.
And this was not planned. This is just what they do. So anybody who's watching from not in the Philippines and want to know how a Philippine treats you, Gary's married, Che's we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but I get treated unlike anything I've ever experienced. So not to go off the subject, but stress is what I don't miss about the United States.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one. Now, do you think, because you've been away from US a lot less time than I have,
right?
So I wonder if, because for me, really, I mean, even my last trip back to US was almost 6 years ago now, which is unbelievable, actually.
Yeah, time flies, right?
Yeah, it does. And yeah, six years since I've been in USA. So maybe I've forgotten a lot of things now. You probably miss more being kind of more fresh from US. I don't know, or maybe not, or maybe after maybe it's me that misses more and I don't realize it.
I think,
know.
well, we kind of talked about this before. I think you're going to be shocked whenever you finally do go back to the United States. I think it's been so long for you. And let's face it, a lot of things change quickly. I mean, and 6 years is a long time. I mean, I know I don't want to say what you've mentioned to me. You can tell everybody what you kind of miss as far as since you've been here for 6 years, a lot longer. Your list might be a little longer than mine.
I'm not sure.
Because like I said, I mean, I've been here, went back to the US, and in the short amount of time I was there, I just felt like it was very stressful when I was back in the US. I miss the happiness of here. And that's what I picked up on. That's why I said things I don't miss. I mean, you want me to say what I do miss?
Go ahead.
I mean, what I do miss, what did I enjoy the most when I went back home after I was here for 7 months or so? Certain foods, the quality of, I like beef. I like, I mean, I think chicken's chicken no matter where you get it, but the quality of the beef, I'm a hamburger kind of guy. You already know this. So it was just the food. I mean, I had really good homemade chili my brother made, and a lot of it was home cooked food. It wasn't necessarily going out to restaurants. Now, we did go to a place that's very well known, Philly cheesesteak place. I like a good Philly cheese, like it was made with the steak. I don't know, it was Delmonico. It was very good quality steak, chopped up finely, but the cheddar cheese and the onions and everything. But I'd say food.
Yeah, you know, food is always up there on the top of my list. However, and you know, I actually thought about this. I was talking to my son the other day because actually I was mentioning to him, you know, Cafe Bob's that we go to. They've got a nice deli there, and you can get some pretty good sandwiches.
Yeah.
So I started complaining to my son. I said, "Yeah, but they're really expensive." You know, I said I actually get this nice ham sandwich, and it's big. You know, a lot of ham they put in it, but it's like the sandwich is like 400 pesos. So I think that's $7, a little over $7. And I'm thinking, well, that's, you know, a lot of money. Because I remember back just in 2019, I could go to some of those famous sandwich shops, like Jersey Mike's. That's a good one.
Jersey Mike's.
And they weren't that much more than that price then. I mean, probably a little more than $7. I'm thinking, wow, $7 for a sandwich in the Philippines. Then my son laughed at me. And he says, you have no idea
what do you say?
Cost now. He was suggesting that the kind of sandwich I was describing would probably end up costing more like $15 to $20.
I believe it.
In a place like that now, which I'm like, wow.
And even when I had the cheesesteak when I went back to the U.S., it had you know, even before I left, prices started going up, but it was like around $7, $8 for a full 12-inch quality cheesesteak. When I was back, it was like $13.
Oh my goodness.
So it went from like $7 to $8 to just about $13 for a cheesesteak.
So we miss the food, but we don't miss the prices. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, as we are talking here, Ray seems to be, and Ben's with us, so they're posting most of the comments, but then we've only got 8 people with us so far. So guys, as you come on, everybody, as soon as you get on, press the like button, please. That helps get this thing going. And start thinking about some questions or comments, or just share with us your, you know, if you live in the Philippines, what are you missing most about your home country? I mean, it doesn't have to be USA. I mean,
right.
It's not everybody's from USA. You know, or in contrast, what don't you miss? You know, right. So let us know what your thoughts are. Otherwise, we will ramble a lot, which is okay. Anyway, share one more thing, and then we'll get to
this.
Get to comments. We'll get to Ray, because Ray's
this might surprise you, but maybe not. When I went home, sitting out on the back porch at my parents' house in Pennsylvania, I'm sitting there, and I'm just breathing in the air, the quality of the air.
Wow. It's pretty good where you are.
Yeah. Yeah. In Pennsylvania, suburban area, very in the mountains. It was the quality of the air. That's one thing that I noticed. Now, it's not like the quality of air is not good everywhere around here, but it just depends on where you're at. Like here, where you live, the air is much better. We go into the city, it gets much worse. Quickly, it just changes because of all
change quickly.
the motorbikes, the Jeeps, like the exhausts are kind of not very good.
No. Just here, we're only 10 minutes outside the city, but the air quality is actually pretty good here. And I think mostly you notice there's always a wind or a breeze.
Yes, there is.
A lot more here than I ever experienced in Dumagetti.
Same. I agree with you. I just actually said the same thing to Jay. It's like, it's nice that I can actually walk out on the balcony of the apartment and there's just this nice breeze blowing, even though it's hot. It's not that bad. And since we've had sun like the last 3 days, it's drying up some of that humidity, moisture that we had from all this rain. I noticed it right away. It doesn't feel as humid as it was immediately or during all that rain. It was pretty sticky outside.
Yeah. So, want to give one more thing that you miss?
Actually, I have a question for you.
Oh, please.
What are you most looking forward to, aside from seeing family and stuff, when you go back to the U.S.? Like, what's something you're like, as soon as I get back, I'm going to do this or try that? Like, what is something that you want to do?
Okay. That's a great question. One thing I would like to do, I haven't done in a while, is and I can't do it in the Philippines, is go to the mountains.
Okay.
And, preferably in snowy season.
Okay.
And especially if I could take my family, because that would be something that they would probably most look forward to. And I've talked to them before about going back and playing in the snow, and it's like they get pretty excited. And my wife too; she's never experienced snow, and I used to love snow skiing. So something I just cannot do here in the Philippines. So I think, given the opportunity, I'd love to go and spend a couple of days in the mountains in the snow.
So it's like
it's cold for my wife.
It's like you're most excited to share something with Leah and the kids.
Yeah.
More so than yourself.
Yeah, I think
you're more excited for them.
I think so. I think so. You mentioned family, of course. My son, hopefully my other son, one day, if he ever wants to have a relationship with me again, and of course my granddaughter. I've never met her, so family, that's a given.
But is there like a certain place that you would always, coffee shop or anything that you did, it was like
nothing different than I can get here. So,
right, nothing different.
If I want a Starbucks, I go down the street and get a Starbucks. And no, I don't think there is.
That's kind of interesting. It's almost like, other than the fact, which is a big deal, taking Leah and the children to the U.S., that's like your main reason for probably even going back and seeing some of your family. But other than that, it's not that big of a deal.
No. And I've been here. 2011 is when I left US, because I remember I spent my first couple of years in China.
Right.
So, it's been 14 years, almost 14 years this October since I left USA.
Wow.
And I've only been back for a short little, actually, except for 2018, 18, when things went bad here and I ended up having to go back. I thought I was going to have to live back there, move back there permanently. I was there for about 8 months.
Right.
And it was absolutely miserable. It was, because I really missed the Philippines.
Right. And
if we were in USA doing a video about what do I miss about the Philippines, it would be a long talk.
I agree with you. Although you've been here much longer than me, in the short amount of time that I've been here, I've grown to love it here, and I'm looking forward to seeing other things, other islands.
All right, well, we got some comments mostly from Ray, because we only have a handful of people. So please, please press the like button. And if you can, go ahead and share this link to this live stream, throw it on Facebook or something. I know, is that the best way to get the video out there?
Yeah.
Anyway, just share the link, however you do that, and I'll see if we can get some more people with us. Last week we actually had quite a good amount of people,
Yeah.
and hopefully we'll get up there soon. But let's go and acknowledge Ray and some other people. There you go.
And good morning, Ray Moore. Ray's always here.
Very loyal,
Yeah.
and we're going to have to be just as loyal because he's going to be doing with his channel. Right?
I popped in on his live stream yesterday. I
Mm.
was in between walking and I stopped for a coffee break and I said, I better check in with Ray when I have the opportunity. But with the weather we've been having, and I'm not rubbing it in your face, Ray, because I guess he still had like rain where he was at and clouds. It wasn't, really sunny like it's been here for us.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I'm not sitting at home. I'm out walking and enjoying it. I'm happier now that it's not raining anymore.
Yeah, nice to have a break.
And Ray number 2, good morning. I'll get situated.
All right. Oh, there you go.
And then,
Good morning, Gary. Okay, so he must have come onto your stream. Onto your
yeah,
channel.
he's bouncing back and
Yeah.
forth. He said he was going to do one on yours, this Ray on yours, the other Ray on the other one.
Mm.
Ray just realized I wasn't subscribed. Fix that.
You
weren't-
online.
Who aren't you subscribed to?
Well, it's a good reminder to anyone else that's with us that's not subscribed to please hit that subscribe button.
Yeah,
Appreciate the
it's
support.
okay, Ray. That could have happened to anybody. Accidentally not subscribing. And then Ray says, "Hey, Che." She popped in.
She did, briefly. Will she be back is the question. And what will she be bringing?
I don't know. I'm already good here.
What do you got over there?
She made me an egg sandwich.
Oh.
I should take a bite of it.
Okay, enjoy. I'll click on the next.
My breakfast.
Hey, Ben. Hello, Ben.
Good morning, Ben. Florida, Ben. He lives in Florida. I'm not going to forget that now.
Mm. And Ben is a moderator. At this point, there won't be much of a problem.
How's the weather been in Florida, Ben?
All right.
Ray says, hit the like coming in and help build the audience. Thanks, Ray. Taking care of business. I did a live stream last night, too.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get a notification.
Are you subscribed?
Yeah, of course I'm subscribed.
I'm kidding you. I did it for like a little over an hour. It was kind of like from 8 until 9. And then right after it, then I heard from you. But
yeah.
it was okay. It was fun. I haven't done one in a while. And I just wanted to say, hey, what's up? See if our regulars or community was going to join us. And actually, we had some new people join last night. It was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I did. I actually was watching a movie last night, which we don't do very often.
Yeah.
But,
Netflix.
Yeah, and the kids were in the playroom, so we tried to get through a movie, and we managed to get through it, just about.
Was it good?
Yeah, I've seen it before. It's called Flight Plan. Jodie Foster.
Who's in it?
Jodie Foster.
You know what? I think maybe that's an older movie.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I can't remember if I saw that or not. But
Oh, this is pretty good. And then afterwards, I know because it kind of made us late getting things done. I had some work to do. That's why I was sending you messages late because I was delayed. And then we got a notice from the school, Leicester School yesterday that they're suspending classes indefinitely because there's an outbreak of HFMD.
what is that?
Hand, foot, mouth disease.
Oh boy.
And I have no idea if that's what that is exactly. I don't know how serious that is, but anyway, I've had a few cases at the school, and so now that's why she's home today.
What are the symptoms of that? Like,
I think they get like blisters and stuff on that. They get sore throat, fever, things on their hands. I guess it's called hand, foot, and mouth disease. So I guess it affects the hands, feet, and
I can't
mouth.
say I've ever heard of that.
Really? Oh, okay. I've heard of it. But see, that's going to things we miss. That's one thing I do miss about USA is the healthcare.
Yeah, unless you're well. Look, when you had to get your procedure done, where did you go? You went to Thailand.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's all right. Let me rephrase that. I miss having insurance and being able to go and see a reasonable doctor in USA. And here in the Philippines, medical care is not great. Everybody mostly knows that. That's not to say some people don't have good experiences,
Right.
but generally, people are not very impressed with healthcare in the Philippines. And Thailand, you mentioned, they got great service. I think pretty good healthcare, but it's not cheap if you go to the good places.
Right.
And that's cheap maybe compared to USA, but cash prices.
Right.
But anyway, I can't just run off to Thailand every time I need to see a doctor. So.
Well, how would you compare Thailand's healthcare to the U.S.?
Well, from my experience so far, I think certainly the service and how they treat you is really good in Thailand. You know, my experiences, I think I got better healthcare in Thailand.
Okay. So you say it's very comparable to what you would experience in the U.S. You would
maybe better in
Thailand.
Not better in Thailand, but then again, I think it depends on what kind of, again, it comes down to money, doesn't it? If you've got a really good private insurance health plan in US, you get better doctors, you get to go to better places. I was on the government health plan, so I got the lowest of the low. But they were still okay. You know?
Right.
All right, let's move on.
Chris says, morning, Ben. Ben says hello, and then that's that word you can say.
Magadang Amaga.
Magadang Imaga.
And my wife's probably laughing downstairs now.
Magadang Manga Kuya.
There you go.
Ray says you miss your family, food, and familiarity, the 3 Fs. Yeah. I'm even trying to think like other things that I miss. I guess like you kind of feel like you have I don't know, maybe the things that you have in the US, you kind of feel more of a freedom, but I don't know. Like I'm trying to think. There's got to be something that I miss. And honestly, I've been so happy being here. It's difficult for me to come up with things aside from food. And even when I think, I'm like, there's got to be other things. I guess maybe this. It's simpler to acquire things. You know, you have to be obviously more patient here when shopping, like getting groceries and stuff. But even then, I've become, you kind of know the worst times to shop are on the weekends because everybody's doing it. You don't have the self-scan kind of thing. So if you're on your own and you're in a hurry, you can beep, 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 beep and fly right through and get out the door. And I'm kind of like adjusting, like, I don't know, I wish there'd be, certain beaches, I guess, in Florida, like, you know, the simplicity for me to get to a particular beach, I was within 8 minutes, and I took many different beaches, and they're all clean, beautiful, like you always knew what you were going to get. There wasn't really such thing as not that I ever experienced, a dirty beach, you know, with broken glass or anything, you know, stuff like that. But here's maybe one thing. I just thought of this. I miss going to sporting events.
Oh.
That's okay.
I was actually thinking that earlier.
If there's one thing I miss is going to sporting events. I'm a big Notre Dame football fan. I would go to at least one Notre Dame game every year in South Bend, Indiana. And usually if they played on the road somewhere, if they played Navy, it was always at a neutral site. Could have been in Baltimore where the Ravens play. So I do miss that. I went to the New York Mets game. So again, now that I think about it, and I got to experience Laker games when I visit my brother in LA. I got to see Kobe and Shaq on the same team. I'll never forget it. And so yeah, I miss going to sporting events, venues. I always had a dream that I would go to like see a game at least in every stadium all over US. I thought that would be cool.
Mm.
So yeah, sporting events. Ben says, what did I miss from the US when I was in the Philippines? Half and half for my coffee.
Seriously?
It is kind of difficult though here to get certain quality creamers. Now, obviously I'm not getting coffee mate and any of that stuff loaded with sugar. I was getting my full cream, heavy cream, raw, right from a farm. Now you can get stuff here, obviously what you guys get, right? Those are some local. So it's not as easy as it is in the US when it comes to stuff like that, because not a lot of people are making that here. I don't think there's those fresh milk places all over the place, are there?
No, and even actually there was more in Dumaguete than there is here. And I got one place here close to us actually that does fresh milk, and they actually deliver it in the bottles and
Glass.
and it's fresh. They say 36 hours from the cow before it arrives in. And so yeah, it's good milk, but it's the only one I found here. And they sell out pretty quick. So I think
that's a good thing then.
Yeah, I don't think they can service a huge area, but so maybe that's another thing is things like getting fresh milk and dairy products, I guess.
Right.
It's better in US, I guess. I don't know, but these days, how much of it's really fresh in US?
Unless you're, like I said, unless you're getting it directly from a farm.
Yeah.
Which is what I did. I do miss that. That's where I would get my honey, raw honey. They had the bee guys and raw honey, and that's the best you can get. So I kind of miss being able to get that. You can get honey here that says raw, but that's not necessarily true.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to get to the next question, but you asking me earlier, there's one thing I don't want to do when I got back. Okay, so there are a few friends of mine I haven't seen in a long time, and I still communicate, messenger, we chat now then on the phone. But back, was it 20 years ago now? I started a Bible group. Okay, I did fall away, by the way. It was when I first became a Christian, and I kind of got lost. And that was very special to me. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is go join these guys, because they still continue going as of this day, 20 years later.
Wow.
Yeah, and talking about Bible groups, because it seems to be my thing, starting a Bible group. And I did one in Dumaguete, and we just started one here in Buccolo, just 3 weeks or two. We've done 2 sessions so far.
That would be, but I'm not the cut you, but that would be impressive for being kind of neat when you go back. Go back to your old Bible study group.
That would be great.
And like you make an appearance, and it's like, and a lot of the same people are still there.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
No, it is cool. I'm excited for that. So talking about Bible group, you're going to miss this Saturday, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be, Che and I are going away this weekend to visit her family at her province, and she's inviting them to swim in the pool at our hotel, which they don't get to do that very often. They went to a swimming pool once all of last year, her family, so this will be their first time this year.
That'd be nice.
Swimming in a pool.
And it should be good weather, right? Which is why you're doing it this week, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, did we do that one?
Maybe it's one. It was on the other Ray. That's why he's posting both, and we're getting both comments on each channel. That's why.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Ray. It's all right. Ray says he misses milk. Now you would think, I don't know. Don't you have options for fresh milk where you're at, Ray?
Could buy a cow.
Well, yeah, you could just get a cow and have your own chickens for eggs. Get a cow for your milk.
Yeah.
Ben says, I missed traffic lights when I was in Dumaguete. Although I did rent a scooter, but it was interesting to stand back and watch the traffic during rush hour. No yelling or fighting. Yeah, they don't have road rage. Not in Dumageddon. There's no road rage. Now you might have seen people get upset on occasion.
I have. I think they can be quite rageful.
But for the most part, when I've witnessed it, I just would see something happen, and I'm waiting for the one person to just go off, because that's what we're used to in the U.S., like flipping somebody off or whatever, you know. But there's just no reaction. And when I first got the Dumageddon, and then I was asked, I said, "Don't people get angry? Like, don't they get mad that someone cut them off or almost hit them?" They just kind of like, you know, for the most part. And people were just like, yeah, they just kind of just accept that that's just the way it is. Whereas now, obviously, you were going to say that you've witnessed.
I have.
Now, was it between you and somebody, or do you actually witness somebody else?
Both.
Both.
Yeah. But we're talking things I missed. We were talking traffic and all that and road rage. I do miss driving in US.
Yeah,
I do, because driving out here is just, even where we're at now, and I have changed my viewpoint on that. Yeah, I used to think that Dumageddon was more dangerous for driving, but I definitely flipped on that. I think that it's more dangerous here.
that's what I think.
And no, and I think it's because there's just the cars are going faster. There's more lanes. There's just a lot more people.
True.
Obviously, so
That makes a
with that
difference.
you're going to get. But even yesterday, again, when I was dropping Chow off to the bus station there, another bike down in the middle of the street on that street. It's about 3 or 4 I've seen in the last 2 weeks. Motorcycles that are, you know, it's just because they've got these 3 lanes on each side, right? And then what we would call the fast lane, they have these little cutouts constantly where people just pull in to do U-turns. And people do these U-turns right into, and they don't always look very careful, into oncoming traffic. Sometimes they don't give way and they just pull out, and there's cars. So this street, although it looks, the one down here outside our subdivision, it looks so modern and nice, and they don't drive very well on that street, and there's a lot of accidents down there.
That's a good point, though, you brought up. You're right. I think when I miss the freedom of things. It's the free feeling of when you're driving in the U.S.
Yeah.
You could be on a highway and just open it up a little bit and kind of have some fun. And yeah.
You know, it's good to have this conversation, because now I'm sitting there and things are popping in my head of things that I actually did miss, that I forgot that I missed.
Right.
Like I enjoy riding motorcycles.
Right.
I had a motorcycle in US, but not like the little, pathetic scooter. I had, a huge, it was a 1300 engine, Yamaha FJR 1300, and it was quite powerful.
Would you say that was what they referred to as a crotch rocket? Was it a fast super bike?
Well, it was fast, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed riding, and you have big open spaces. You could drive for hours if you wanted.
Yeah.
Not what I did, but here, you know, where you gonna go on a big motorcycle out here?
And you can stay at a consistent higher speed,
Exactly.
without slowing down. Yeah, that's rare.
Yeah.
So this is good. You're thinking of things along the way. Ray Moore, number 2, says, this one might seem a little weird. I miss the person I am being in the U.S., and it may be hard to explain. In the U.S., I'm more unique as an outgoing, warm, caring man that smiles at strangers.
That one does seem a little weird.
Huh?
That
Yeah.
does seem a little weird.
Well, I'm just thinking, you miss the person I'm being in the U.S. I mean, when you describe that unique as an outgoing, warm, caring man that smiles at strangers, aren't you that same person here?
No,
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of confused. Like, you miss who you were in the U.S.
No.
Maybe you need to be a little more.
Are you saying the Philippines has changed you? Personality?
Right. Like, how are you different here? If you're describing yourself how you were in the U.S., how are you different than that here? Because I would say just from what I know of you, you're the same. but maybe you can
Interesting.
tell us what more. Well, here you go, Ray. Here, the majority of people are generally caring towards others, so I don't feel as unique. Really? I feel more unique here than I did in the U.S. I feel, well, we stand out because we look different, but I feel U.S., I was just another person. Now, to people that I knew, that knew me as a person, genuine, yada, yada, this or that, but here, it's different because strangers are, not all of them, but are eager to say hello when you're going by. They're eager to like, and they just smile at you, Filipino and Filipino. They're just eager. It's almost like they're so thankful that you're here visiting their country. So for me, Ray, like I feel more unique and special, and I get more attention from both, not just from the women, but like even the Filipino men. I mean, I'll be walking with Che and certain men will see me and they'll say hello to me or whatever. And I say hi to everybody. And if they look at me and they nod, I just say hi. I'm like that, but I feel more appreciated here.
Yeah. Can't disagree with that.
Ben says, please like and subscribe, everyone. Thumbs up. Gary's channel, American Christian in the Philippines, Michael's channel. That's something simple too. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, thank you.
As I'm reading these, I'm thinking of other things, miss or don't miss. Ray says, wasn't subscribed to Gary's channel, only Leah, who is live now. But I don't have another account to tune in, LOL. That's funny.
Well, thanks for subscribing, if you did.
Oh, I'm sure Ray subscribed to you. JB, I know JB. How you doing, JB? Yeah, he's been on my live streams. He's been on Ray's live streams. Yeah, he checks out. I'm pretty sure that's the same JB. So, hey JB, how are things going? If you told us where you're from, can you tell us again where you're from? I don't know if I've ever asked you or you ever told me, but I'm always curious where people are from. But thanks for being here. All right, he's answering the weather question. Ben, it's been hot here, low 90s, lots of rain last week due to a tropical system, but nothing damaging, thankfully. Sounds very similar to here. Best part is the tropical stuff. Well, when I looked at the radar, we're like surrounded by 3 different hurricanes. Obviously, they can't really do anything here because of the mountainous islands, but that's why everything's typhoons. But we're at day number 3 or 4, and looking out the windows, it's beautiful.
It is. And actually, as we're having good weather, are we on for tomorrow still?
Oh yeah.
Right.
What is it?
Okay,
Wait, tomorrow's
It's Wednesday tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. You're confusing me.
I'm going to let you think.
What is
tomorrow? What are we going to do?
Oh yeah.
The light comes on.
Yeah. Well, see, I've been thinking about so many
Drink
things
some
I
more
miss
coffee.
and don't. Yeah, I need more coffee. Gary and I tomorrow are going on a little bit of a trip. Where are we going? Do you remember?
I forget the name of the place, but
So do I. That's what I was asking you.
you know what? One thing. Okay, I know this isn't about things we miss about Lumgeti. It's things we miss about our home country, but we both miss a little nature, a bit of. We don't get to really see the ocean here too much, even though it's right there.
Right.
There's not really any places to go walking along the ocean front, and but there are places, up towards the mountain area, and we're going to go to a waterfall.
Yeah, it's like a trail. What was it like to get through? It was like an hour.
An hour, they say an hour. It'll probably be an hour and a half because you're bringing the old man with you.
Well, and we're not going to rush it. Like we're both going to do video footage and stuff for content. And,
I hope so. Yeah.
It's just an opportunity. He likes nature. I like nature. I want to see waterfalls. And from what the pictures we looked at, I mean, it's really nice, and we'll get the name of it. It's a tongue twister, whatever the name is, you know.
Begins with a P.
Yeah, that's probably right. I can't remember, but we are doing that tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be about a 45-minute drive, so not too bad, not too far.
Which that's 45 minutes here is like, to me, is slow. I think that's the slowest. And with Gary here driving, it's not going to be 45 minutes.
That's probably true.
It'll be like 30.
I don't know if I can make up that much time, but.
Very more says, that's good, Ben. Not hot here, just overcast, drizzly, and breezy. And I don't know if it was you that told me this. Basically, all year round, for the most part, it doesn't get much higher than 90, right?
It's fairly consistent.
And obviously, some days are more humid than others, maybe, but 90 to me is great. I mean, I compare it to Florida. Sometimes I feel like it's less humid than Florida, but I think because there's more of a breeze. I mean, you look outside now, it's blowing left and right. I mean, some people might not expect this much of a breeze, but when you're by the ocean and we're on an island, you're always getting the current breeze from the ocean.
Now, do you like having kind of this consistent temperature all year round? Because if I'm going to be honest, I think another thing I miss about America, I miss having the opportunity for different, climates, for different weather. I said, we mentioned earlier about the mountains and snow. I'd love to go up there, but there's like different weather patterns in the US. Here it's fairly boring. It's it's not like I like the warm, but sometimes it's just nice to experience a few cold days and have a break from the.
You said a few cold days.
Yeah.
I can handle a few.
Yeah, no, a few. I don't
not winter in Pennsylvania. We're talking could start in mid to late October. Then you're going November, December, January, February. I mean, winter's too long. It's just too long for me. I don't like freezing like that. You don't get enough quality sun, and I don't like it. But I do like spring weather and some of fall. Like I said, you just get that crisp, cold air, especially for sleeping. Like I remember, as soon as summer was over and it starting to get chilly at night, I love when I could open the windows at night and have that almost like cold air and you're under your blankets to stay warm. That's when I sleep the best. Yeah. Whereas that's why we turn on the air con when we go to sleep. You want to be freezing cold with a blanket. You just sleep better. And if you're laying in the heat, I don't sleep very well in that. I don't think anybody does.
No, I agree.
Raymore, hey JB. Ray, did you get any of the rain that Manila got? No. He lives in Tagaytay. Where exactly is that? Like, can you paint a picture?
It's it's down towards this way from Manila, but only like an hour, I believe, drive.
So it's not part of Manila, the island where Manila is,
it's not an island.
Oh, it's not.
No, that's where the volcano is.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, Tagaytay.
Yeah. I never went there.
Which is unusual. You've been a lot of places.
Yeah, but I didn't go there because that was pandemic days. We couldn't go anywhere.
JB says, hey, Ray. Ray Moore, JB. What will you miss about the U.S.?
So does that mean JB, he's in U.S. now and he's coming out here?
Well, yeah, that's what he might have answered me, because when I asked him where exactly was. And I always feel bad because I know everybody has told me where they're from, and the only one I really remember is Ben. And I know Ray's somewhere down south. You can hear it in his accent. I don't know if he's Louisiana or where he is, but I always find it interesting where people are from. And he must have been thinking about what he misses. Something that's more difficult than you think. Pronunciation lesson.
Okay. Go ahead.
Magandang. Wait, I think it was either Magadang, Magandang Umaga. I won't be saying that a lot. I should learn though, because like I told you, I'm so lazy here, and it's because they speak English here. If I was like you and you were in China, you were kind of like forced to learn it because English wasn't really spoken in where you were, so
Right.
you had to be able to communicate.
I had to.
So that's why you learned it. More, not really, Ben. I think the storm build's going over the mountain. I'm on, and then dumps on Manila, which that's pretty much what I've heard too. Like Manila is always in the news or on X, Twitter, as getting the worst of it. The flooding. And
well, I noticed, like, I lived in Manila on a couple of occasions. You know, obviously when I met my wife, we were living in Manila for the first year anyway, or more than that. I kind of think, yeah, but just over a year. But I previously lived in Manila in Makati. I was there for a while. And yeah, it was some pretty good floods in the streets. Some pretty good rain there.
JB, I would probably just miss some Western food. I'm pretty fit and good health-wise. Can't remember last time I went to a doctor. You're like me, JB. I don't go. I don't need to go to one, but I would find out another way to take care of myself before I'd ever go to a doctor. He's in Australia, by the way, and medical can be hit and miss here too. Well, JB, I like your way of thinking. I take my health kind of into my own hands and with the help of assistance of God too. But I'm more of a natural kind of guy. And Gary knows this about me. I always tell people, listen, my opinion, God gave us everything we need, and man kind of created all the other stuff. So
that's no argument from me.
So,
I agree.
Ben says, good to hear, Ray, which I'm not sure what that is. JB, friend of mine went to ER recently and waited 10 hours at the hospital. Wow. I guess that's when you call, that's not a hit, that's definitely a miss. If you had to go to the ER and waited 10 hours.
That's in Australia.
Yes, I guess, yeah, Australia, I'm assuming, which, yeah.
You know, come to think of it, you know, start thinking that it's like when you've been away from America so long, you tend to think back at the good things. But no, you're right. Because I had kids in the US, so I've been to ER on occasions. And yeah, then it can be some pretty lengthy waits. Sometimes they can get quite busy, and I've experienced it myself, actually. So
I've always heard stories about it. People go to emergency room and then they're freaking out. They take somebody to help them, assist them, whatever their emergency is. And like the person's like freaking out because they're waiting, and they're like, hey, she needs help or he needs help. So I've heard stories like that. But me personally, I thank God, but I've never, ever been in an accident, auto accident, or in an accident serious enough that I had to go to the emergency room for anything in my life. Never. I don't know if you've ever had to go to the emergency room because of broken bone or something like that.
Yeah, I've had a couple of, broken toe one time, which was pretty bad.
But
like my toe was going the wrong, it's supposed to go this way. It was like that way. And, but that was it. Nothing too serious. Oh, and no, I did go to emergency once. It was a few years ago. I had severe migraine headaches. I was vomiting a lot, and I was it was one
here
of
in the
no,
US.
It's in the US.
Okay.
It was one of my trips I made back when I was in China, actually, and came back to US, and yeah, I'm trying to think now. Yeah, I remember I went back because I had some medical things to take care of, and I used to do all that on my trips back to US. Okay, I've got to go get refills on this, see this, because I was taking more medicines back then before I woke up, and I had a doctor's visit. I was in the doctor's office. My head, I had the worst migraine ever. I was vomiting all in the doctor's office.
Usually you vomit from migraines.
Yeah, and the doctor actually called too much, and they sent one of those little, because the hospital was right next door, and they actually put me on one of those little wheelie beds, or what you call them, and they took me to emergency. Yeah. So that was pretty much.
But you've never had anything like serious emergency, like where
No.
life threatening?
No. Simple stuff, really.
Ray says, "Oh, so you're the one? LOL. I have a low percentage of Aussies in my subscribers, so you're even more special." Yeah, when it breaks down the demographics of who your subscribers are, yeah, they can show what country they're from. I think, yeah, mine has like Australia, very few. So JB must be one of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Again, just remind people to hit the like button. We just have a small little audience today.
Yeah, I don't know where everybody's at. Maybe they're still sleeping, or with the nice weather, they just found something better to do. And when we had other people, but then if it's in the U.S., it's evening, which would be Monday night. So I'm not sure.
You never know, right? Okay, sorry.
Won't forget again, what food will you miss? Vegemite.
Vegemite.
I guess he's keeps asking, what food JB will miss?
Vegemite. Isn't that like, okay, the grossest thing of all time? I don't even know. This is a British thing. It's called Marmite. I think it's like is Vegemite like a dark brown spread? Like,
I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know that either, but if it's a bit like what I think it is, like in England, Marmite. It was the grossest thing ever.
What was it?
It's like I couldn't even eat it. It's like a spread, like it just tasted gross. I can't even describe it. I would rather eat a durian fruit than that. And that's saying something.
Food I miss. I do miss. I don't know if you can get. I like hummus. Crushed chickpeas. I don't know if you like hummus, but I'd put hot sauce in it and make natural hummus. I miss hummus. I miss good quality yogurt. I'm not sure if I've seen anything that I would eat in the U.S. No sugar, and I just put blueberries and my special granola that I would get, which I can't get here. Can't even order it on Amazon. It doesn't ship to the Philippines. That's one thing I'd kind of get disappointed with. Like something as simple as Amazon, when you're in the U.S., no matter what's on there, you can get. When you get here, I'm like, oh, you have Amazon. But then there's just some certain items they just, for whatever reason, don't ship here. I can't get everything. So I do miss that.
Yeah.
Vegemite, only a small portion of Aussies actually eat Vegemite. So maybe it's kind of similar to what you're talking about.
Well, is that like the emoji? Is that like a sick face?
Yeah, but like
sick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ben says, believe it or not, I did miss the check out the supermarkets when the lines were long, but it's good to see they still have more jobs available for Filipinos. Yeah, so that's kind of, you get more U-scans and then you need less people, but even in the grocery stores I went in the U.S., I mean, they still had all the normal checkout lines, and then they just had maybe 10 to 15 of the self-scan, U-scan kind of things, but I never really, I guess that you're right, that would take away from jobs or whatnot, but that's definitely true here. Yeah, they don't have anything like really automated like that here. I don't know if I've seen anything automated while I've been here. Maybe you've been places that.
No, it's a little behind with that kind of stuff. I'm sure they'll get there.
But then they have that BYD car here, that electric car, build your dreams. Like, I'm surprised they have that technology here.
Like electric cars?
I think that BYD car is electric.
A hybrid or is pure electric?
That
can't be pure electric. They don't have.
Well, yeah, because where would the charging stations be? So it must be like it must be like a hybrid.
I don't know. That would make more sense.
Yes, wait times in U.S. hospitals can be crazy as well. Healthcare is only top notch anywhere
That's
when you
true.
have money. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Can't-
one of
can't
those things you get
dispute
what you
that.
pay for.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, the last time I was at the hospital was a month or two before I came here to the Philippines last July. And I just simply want my blood work done. And then they give me the results. They send it on my phone, which is great. You know, I don't have to go in there. You can go in there for a follow-up. They want to go over it with you. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I need, where I need everything to be that I get checked. And that's the last time I was in there. Now, when they knew, it was interesting. When they knew I was coming here to the Philippines, they're trying to get me to oh, you need the tetanus shot for you need, I'm like, I don't need anything. Okay.
Hepatitis.
Yeah. Like, you're going to a foreign country, you need this, you need that. No, I don't. I don't need anything that I certainly don't know what's in it. And guess what? I've been here for how long and I don't have any problems, you know, and I don't buy the whole tetanus shot either. Well, if you get metal with rust and this, you know what, I'll take my chances. I don't want any shots, but they kept saying, oh, you might want to get that a couple weeks before you leave. And I just kept, it's like they keep pushing away, you know, getting this, getting that, getting that. I'm like, I don't want anything. I'm perfectly fine.
No, it's interesting. We you know, I'm sitting here reflecting on healthcare and stuff in US and thinking maybe I miss it. But the more we talk, the more I'm starting to remember things that make me think maybe I don't miss it, because let's just give a quick example if I can. When I was living in California, I had a lot of health issues. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis a long time ago, like 20 plus years ago. And it was really bad at some point, severe. I mean, I was getting special treatment for it. It was awful. Anyway, they kept putting me on these medications. I was taking experimental drugs. I was getting these injections, all this stuff. And I was just not getting better. I was, in fact, my joints, my swelling was terrible. When I was living in Asia, I got to a point, actually, I think it was my last trip back. I decided I'm done with all this. And I told her, I just don't want to take the medicine anymore. And I stopped taking all my medications, and I'm doing better today than I was 10 years ago.
And you know what I'm going to say? The problem is they try to say, hey, we're going to give you this stuff to fix a problem. First of all, it doesn't fix the problem. It maybe temporarily makes you feel a little bit better. But then the side effects from the stuff they're giving you for that particular thing cause problems everywhere else. Ugh, don't even get me started. Ray says, LOL, I know, JB, just joking with you. What is a very Australian dish that is your favorite? Never been to Australia. I wouldn't even know what's considered an Australian dish.
I lived in Australia.
All right. Well,
for 1 year?
For 1 year.
Yeah, I did.
Well, what's a well-known delicatessen? Like, what's something like Balut's big here? What's big there?
I can't think right now. Beer.
Well, yeah, probably beer.
And no, there is something. It was a long time ago.
I was gonna say, what year was that?
This was about 1982.
Wow. So I guess back then you were drinking beer.
Oh yeah, plenty of it.
I wouldn't have been. I was 12 years old.
That's right. Australian beer was one of them. Was Foster's.
Yeah. I remember the commercials. Foster's.
Yeah.
Foster's beer. Yeah.
All right. So I hope all you 6 people that are with us are pressing the like button.
Ray Moore says yes. Self-checkout, tap to pay, but you get friendly interaction in return for loss of convenience. That is true. I mean, especially if you have time to talk, but most people that go through the U-scans, they want to get in and get out. And that was typically me. You know, when I go to a grocery store, living by myself, I knew what I was getting, what I needed to get, and I'd get in and get out. I'm not like walking around. I don't like being in stores. You know, I just wanted to get the same thing. Like, I rarely went to the shopping malls in the U.S. Mostly everything I would buy on Amazon. I mean, one of the malls was fun when I was a kid in the 80s. That's when it was fun. Because you go there, that's where you socialize with your friend. Nobody had phones, cell phones. Then you'd meet in the arcade, play video games in the arcade, go for pizza, whatever, go to the movies. I always tell people growing up in the 80s were great. Probably the best time of my life was the 80s. And I don't think anything will ever compare. You know, it's when it was just payphones. You know, you'd have the little round circle with like 7 or 8 payphones in a circle in the malls. But yeah.
You know, having kids, that's one thing I do miss as well about US is having the activities and events and sporting things that you can do with the children. I mean, for an example, my boys in California, I started them in Little League, baseball. I mean, both of them, and every year they were doing that. And I think they did soccer some years, some in basketball, but mostly baseball because they were both into that.
Right.
And you know, I've got girls now, but there's so many activities though in US you can get people, you know, your kids involved in. But out here, it's hard to find something.
Right.
You know.
So yeah, from a kid's perspective, yeah, they're missing a lot of those opportunities of being more involved in sports or extracurricular activities would definitely be different here. And that's why someone, I don't know if it was on a live stream or as a question or something, someone brought up about when you get a child involved in a school here, like that education, although it's very important, where's that they're going to get them here in the Philippines for a job,
right,
compared to setting yourself, and that's I know that's a whole other long conversation, but those are serious drastic differences. Whereas Bless and Gracie would have much more opportunity in the US right now,
sure,
you know, compared to here.
Well, thankfully, and Gracie's already got an American passport, so
Right.
you know, and hopefully I'll get less taken care of at some point, so they'll have the opportunity,
right,
if they want to go to US at some point
to pursue a career.
Yeah.
Raymore says you can miss steak, Aussie steak, Japanese steak, American steak, Canadian steak, all unique due to diet of cattle. Yeah. I'm not a big, I mean, I eat steak, but I don't care if I mean, my favorite steak personally at home is, you get me ribeye.
Oh yeah,
That's all I
so
want.
there you go. There's another big thing to miss. Again, it goes back to the food category, but yeah, a good steak like a ribeye.
Because you need a little bit of that fat on it, just makes the steak so much better.
Now, I can't even imagine what steaks cost in US now, but you know, when I was homeowner in California and going to, you know, I did my big grill outside. I was cooking steaks all the time. I like to cook the big porterhouse.
I could see you getting a tomahawk steak.
Oh,
You ever have one of those?
I know I've had some pretty big ones, but when I used to buy them back in US, I guess we're going back to the 90s. They were cheap. You get really good steak, and I can't even imagine what it costs now.
Yeah, when my brother goes shopping to help my parents and they're getting food, they're always going to Costco's to get their meat in bulk. That's the best place for them to go to get the better price for the most part. Yeah, I like a ribeye.
You are correct, Ray.
About the steaks, I assume. Ray says most of the premium imported steak in the Philippines is from Australia, along with the dairy products. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen, like, when I look at the butter, because I try to get the best butter I can here, and yeah, you see it's like France or somewhere from like a European country over there. I see that. But then I did find in the health store in Ayala Mall, they have Kerrygold butter, which is the butter that I bought at home. They import it. It's a little more expensive here, but you can get it. They actually have the water that I would drink, the bottled water I would get, also in this health store, which I was shocked.
Mm.
The same water, but it's more like a Western or expat kind of store that has all the health food. Ray says, time to hit the like again. Yeah, I don't know where everybody went. It's showing like 6. Everybody's busy today.
8.
Oh, it jumped up to 8. See, look at that. Someone heard me.
Yeah. It's okay, as long as we've got, even if it's just a few people, if they keep the questions coming.
No, like I said, yeah, that keeps us busy because I know you can only go till.
Well, we're going to be finishing by 10. About 10, probably.
Yeah.
So we've got about 20 minutes. That's good for you?
No.
All right.
What's good for you is good for me. Correct, Ray, but the best beef from down this part of the world is actually New Zealand beef. Yeah, much better. Yeah, I've heard a lot of about their beef in New Zealand. A lot
and
of
lamb, too.
Hmm?
And lamb. That's where they get the
but
best
it's all
lamb.
like grass-fed or bust for me. That's what I want. I don't need them eating any other stuff to fatten them up. Just give me grass-fed.
Mm.
Thumbs up from Ben. Random question. Do you guys collect Pokemon cards? I didn't collect them, but I had friends that did. And believe it or not, you know what Pokemon cards
My
are.
eldest son he collects
Some of them are
yeah.
worth, I mean, everything's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it. But some of these special, it's like any sport cards and this and that. Some of these Pokemon cards are worth a lot of money. But no, I don't collect them. I knew people that did, or just bought them just because they liked them and then just put them in a box somewhere and never touched them. And now there's like limited special inserted cards that are worth a lot of money. But appreciate the random question. New Zealand is at the top of my travel bucket list, mostly due to penguins. I want to see penguins in the wild, but South Africa, South America, and Antarctica aren't as appealing to me. Yeah, I don't know. Is there any place you've never traveled to that you would, it would be not like you necessarily have to, but if someone just said, hey, pick a place, where do you want to go? And they'll pay for it. Where would you go?
That's one I'd have to think about, but just what jumps out at me is somewhere like Africa. I've never done anything like that.
Elephants, tigers,
yeah,
lions.
Yeah, that could be different.
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, I've always said I wanted to go to Greece.
Okay.
I've just always been infatuated with the way it looks and how beautiful it is, and then you see the beaches and like all the building. They're like white, like they're made out of I don't know what kind of stone or whatever. But I always been interested in that. I've also thought Egypt would be cool to see pyramids up close.
And Israel, of course, being a Christian, that'd be a place
Yeah.
I'd love to go visit. So. But yeah.
Japan is like being here.
Oh,
that would be a place I'd want to visit. I've always been interested in Japan. I think that country is thriving and they do everything. Like, I just think it would be neat to be in Japan.
Yeah, it's another good place. I mean, I've been a lot of places. I mean, because remember, I grew up in England, so I went to many places around Europe, and I've been to Greece, Spain. I used to go there yearly.
Italy?
Spain. I have never been to Italy.
All right.
I never actually. I've been through briefly in Germany, Denmark, France, Portugal.
What about Poland?
No, I haven't been to Poland.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Random Aussie. Hey, Random Aussie. Expats on cultural differences. The Filipino culture can be different from their own, leading to a sense of culture shock. Language barrier, learning the local language can be challenging. Yeah, like I've always said to you, I'm just lazy when it comes to learning the Philippine language just because I don't have to.
Right.
And I guess I'm just not interested. I mean, I don't know, the simpler words maybe, and maybe at some point I'll change my mind, be more interested, but I went from Dumagetti, where they speak Bisaya, to here, which is a totally other, what is it?
Talongo.
Yeah. So it's just like, I just don't have any desire. Like, I'm not going to try to learn Bisaya and then try and learn this too. I'm like, I think the older you get, it's just more difficult. You know, not that you can't, but I don't feel like flip-flopping around all these languages.
I agree.
JB says, yeah, New Zealand on my bucket list too. If you go to New Zealand, you can go to Australia on a 3.5-hour flight, vice versa. And that's not bad. 3.5-hour flight would be good. I mean, how long was your flight from Manila to Bangkok?
It's 3 hours.
3 hours. See, that to me, that's nothing compared to what I've been on a couple times.
Exactly, yeah.
Back and forth to the U.S. That's another reason why I have no desire to go back. That's just such a long flight.
Yeah, and I'm going to do it at some point, but and I can handle the flight. I hate it, but next time if I take the kids, now that's going to be a challenge.
I honestly think for me, and especially for you, not that you're much older, but when you're older, you need to at least, you can't, if I was you, I wouldn't fly the economy, the cheapest. I think you're going to need somewhere you can put your legs up.
Well, if I have the family with me, I get to put my legs over the kids' chairs, you know?
Well, that's true. Yeah.
No, really, it does. But otherwise, if I was on my own, there's no way I could, you know, fly just economy.
Because you're a lot taller than me. Those chairs aren't made, I
No.
don't think, for the average person.
Yeah.
Random Aussie says the general rule is you need between 500 to 1,500 in the rural areas and 800 to 1,000 a month in the cities to live a Western lifestyle that you're used to back home. Interesting topic, guys. Yeah, I mean, if I was living in Florida right now, yes, I'd be spending a lot more money and probably I'd still be working. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now to be able to live. Now, again, I wouldn't need much in Florida. Give me a small apartment. If I'm by myself, give me a small apartment within whatever walking distance to a beach. And I eat a pretty clean, healthy diet. I don't need to be wined and dined in restaurants and all that. But no, I would not be able to do what I'm doing right now. I just wouldn't. You know, because that money would run out. I've saved money, but that money would run out, and I wouldn't be able to do that.
And random also, your estimate for living expenses in the cities, I think, is a little low, but because and you got to add. In my case, I'm a family of 4. I'm going to do a budget video soon. That's on our list to do. You know,
For here,
yeah, for what it costs for for the lifestyle that we have. Of course, everything's different, but. Yeah, I'm up there right now. It's getting crazy. In saying that, though, you still got to compare what it would be. I mean, I was living in California most of the time, and it sounds like
California
nothing
is not
compared
cheap
to
by any stretch. You know what my brother paid for an apartment per month. It's just like, and it wasn't anything great. Yeah, that's probably why in the U.S. I definitely wasn't living in a city. I lived in Stewart and Palm City, Florida. Ben says, have you guys come across any expats in Bacolod that won't acknowledge you when passing by them? I ran across it. Yeah, I do, but I'll be honest with you, Ben. I don't really try to acknowledge them either. I'm kind of weird when it comes to foreigners a little bit. Now, I'll look in their direction, but I won't go out of my way to like say hi or something like that, unless only if they want to. Because a lot of ex-foreigners, myself included, sometimes you're here to get away from foreigners too. What was going on in Dumagetti that too many?
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. No, that's overrun by expats right now. It's yeah, but you walk around a lot more than I do, and so
True.
do you see many foreigners around? Because in my experience here so far, I feel like there's not so many here.
Remember when we were in the Isle of Mall the other day and I said to you, I'm seeing more foreigners than I've ever seen?
Right, I do, but it was still, maybe we were.
I'm saying lately, recently. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're just here on vacation or something. Maybe there's a few, but I saw 2 yesterday by Starbucks. Now, I don't think they were, you can always tell if someone's American or they're from European England. They're a little taller, I think, but yeah, like I saw a couple yesterday. They kind of looked in my direction, but they didn't go out of their way to acknowledge me, and that's kind of fine. I honestly appreciate if I'm going to be acknowledged, I like being acknowledged by the locals more than foreigners. I don't really care, like.
I'm just saying, I've actually, the few foreigners I passed, I found most of them would look at you and smile and give you.
Well, yeah, but I think some of them recognize you also.
Well, that's the case at sometimes, but
they already know you.
Yeah. But still, you would agree. I mean, even walking around Ayala, you see the few foreigners, but as in amount of foreigners to Filipinos, it's not comparable to, say, Dumaguete.
No.
I mean, that's like spot the Filipino,
Right. Yeah, like here you stand out much more.
Oh, for sure. Now, let's see how it is in a couple of years as we start doing vlogs here and putting buckle on.
Yeah, our secret's no longer a secret anymore. And then everybody's going to be mad at us. It's Gary and Michael is the one that talked about it. We call it a lot. Now everybody's invading. But
the Bacolod I think is a great place to live. That's what we're figuring out. But it's not. I wouldn't come here for a vacation. There's nothing here. It's not a tourist place. There's no nightlife scene here.
It's a place to live.
It is.
Also, because of your children, there's a good school very near, close, so you don't have to go very far. Private school. You had other, important factors in making your decision. It wasn't just you and Leah making a decision for yourselves. It was involving the children as well. What's best for them.
But if I didn't have children, I would still wanted to come here. Move.
Well, imagine that. Think about that for a minute. Not to take you away, but think about it. What if you and Leah had no children? What do you think you'd be doing? Would you have a home base? And then,
okay, I don't know if I can go. That's really.
I know that's
speculative hypotheticals. Okay, if it was just us, I think we'd be traveling a lot, and I'd probably spend time in Thailand. We like it there a lot. We'd probably be spending a few months of a year over there.
I just thought that'd be an interesting question for an interesting answer. Not that I want you to think about your life without your children, but what do you think? Hypothetically, what would you be doing? So, like you said, traveling,
and then again, it depends on my financial situation. The way my financial situation is right now, I wouldn't be doing any traveling.
Right.
But yeah, I could still imagine wanting to come and live in a place like this if it was just us. Because again, I don't want to be in a big city like Manila. It's, for many reasons. Dumaguete is too small and overrun by expats. So I think this is still a great option.
Right. And I didn't know if there'd be any other locations that would interest you if it was just the decision was just based on you two only.
Yeah. It's an interesting one to think about.
Tagaytay is on the island of Luzon with Manila, about an hour and a half south of Manila on a mountain. Warm air blows up from southern coast of Luzon, condenses going over mountains and then dumps. I knew it was close to Manila, so he's basically north of us. Tagaytay is north of us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Random Aussie, I broke my wrist at a hospital in Sydney and had to wait 18 hours. What was the reason for that? Were they just so behind? The emergency room was filled with other patients before you and that's why you had to wait?
Man,
See, that would be crazy. But I've heard stories like that in the U.S. People are waiting and waiting and waiting. Have they checked on you yet? Nope.
If I was going to have to wait that long, if they told me the wait's going to be anything like that, I would say, give me a number or something. I'll come, I'll be back. I'll go home.
Right, 18 hours of rest. More, yes, Ben, I do notice less interaction with expats. At times, people can be a little standoffish at first. Yeah. Oh, sometimes when you meet another expat, they're looking for conversation, and sometimes I might not. I want to do my walk and get my coffee and kind of go. Like, I don't want something to hold me back, and I don't want to be rude to somebody either. And yeah, you know how us, once we start talking, we can't shut up. So I don't want to set myself up, then I'll be mad at myself. Why did you stand there and talk to that guy for how long? And then I missed out on my exercise, which is always going to be important to me. But
how are we doing here? Wow.
That's good.
With a handful of people, here's a lot, because we've got like 7 minutes. So I'll just keep going.
When you see a random expat, yes, I would do both for sure. On one trip, New Zealand and Australia.
It's a great trip. I did that too. When I was in Australia before I came back to England, because I was living in England at the time, I stopped in New Zealand for 3 weeks, traveled both islands.
I always think it would be neat to go to visit New Zealand, because I think that's where they made the Lord of the Rings movies. I think a lot of the film was shot in New Zealand. But I ran into a few that were eager to talk, so all was good. Yeah. Thanks, Ben. Please like and subscribe, everyone. American Christian and something simple. Like yeast, dark yeast. Like yeast, dark yeast, I have.
Oh, that's the Vegemite he's talking, which I call Marmite. Ugh. Just saying that makes it. It's the grossest thing. I just don't get how anybody could eat anything like that. Yeah,
you're right. Okay. JB says it's like the same thing.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely gross.
I don't think I've ever had it.
Some people love it. I guess one of those things you either love it or you hate it.
He says, absolutely, Ben. One good, genuine interaction is better than lots of superficial. Yeah. And most of them, they are genuine. Even the gentleman that we met when we were at Dash Burger.
Yeah.
He was really nice too.
Yeah. Did you send him a message?
We friendly. He friend requested me on Facebook. Well, I haven't talked to him or heard from him. Have you?
And funny enough, after he met with us, apparently he bumped into Fred.
Oh yeah, we did. We bumped into Fred.
Oh, you were there too. Oh, I didn't know that. And he's mentioned that. And
because we left you, it's funny. We left you, and then we were coming out to get the groceries. Then we look over, and I said, "Who do you see over at Dairy Queen?" We saw you over at Dairy Queen.
Oh, really?
What do you guys?
Huh.
Yeah, we went to the bathroom downstairs before, I guess, we went to the grocery store to get the chicken that we were leaving. And I was standing there waiting for Trey to come out. And then I look over, and of course, you stand out like a giant. So I looked over there. I was like, there's Gary at Dairy Queen after we left you. And then I said, hey, Che, look who's over there. And we laughed. And then we just left, got the chicken, went upstairs. Then we ran into Fred. He saw us upstairs.
The kids begged and begged, and I broke the Dairy Queen.
I was like, whose idea is this, the kids or yours? Because I know you like Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I do too.
Gets you in trouble.
Yeah, it does. But, anyway, it's good meeting. Again, as Christians, you meet new people. I when we first met him, we didn't mention God or Christianity, and but I think that he might be someone that wants some fellowship. So I think if I get to meet with him, and I might do this week, I'm going to invite him to the Bible study.
That's a good idea. Because he did mention about doing coffee sometime.
Yeah. To the Bible study that you're going to miss.
Oh yeah, is at Ben's house,
Yeah.
right?
That's the plan. So, but just for this week, there's a few people on, but and people might watch the replay of this stream. So, anybody that's in the Buckalot area, we have a Bible group that was started a couple of weeks ago, and it's on Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. at Cafe Bob's. That's the Cafe Bob's flagship on Laxon Street. And except for this Saturday, we're going to actually not be doing it there just for 1 week. But so hopefully we'll get some new people joining us in the coming weeks.
Ray says, oh wait, yeah, JB said, that's what he
Did I
said.
miss something?
It's vomit. He's talking about that, whatever, that Vegemite. It's a vomit on a jar that you're supposed to use as a spread. Yuck.
Yeah.
Ray says, yuck. I'll try
No,
one
don't.
day.
Please don't.
Vegemite balut. I will try one day. I can definitely say that I don't like it instead of just assuming. Oh, no, Ray keeps saying, like, I'm supposed to do the balut challenge with him, that I'm there.
No one's going to talk me into
Yeah,
doing that.
I just don't see it happening. And like I said, I don't drink, so I can't drink to even attempt it. But it would probably make a funny video. If someone was recording me while I was attempting to consume that, it'd probably be something funny.
Yeah. Be fun recording.
Kind of like when you were tasting the sour. Remember, Leah would have you taste
Yeah.
and the expressions you make. So that would be kind of comical to other people at your expense. But
Yeah, you can try the balut. I'll do a video and then we can videotape you on the way to emergency. She'll do
yeah, see that? Yeah, I don't need to go to the emergency room.
That'll be your first trip to the emergency room.
Yeah, you just kind of convinced me even more so not to try it. Well, porks. Oh yeah, and the random Filipino I was sitting next to at a park who offered me some of his pork skins was a memorable interaction. Pork skins are fine. Like, I guess it's like pork rinds. I can eat that.
Still not the most healthy thing, right?
Pork rinds are fine.
Are they?
Yeah. Ray Moore says that is something you don't get in the West.
Guys, we've just got a couple of minutes left, so.
Ben says, Ray, I hear ya. Random Aussie Parma or Aussie bangers and mashed sausages and potatoes and veggies. That actually sounds good. I would eat it. 2 years new Victoria bitter. What is that?
Sounds like a beer.
All right. I don't drink, so my knowledge of alcohol is very limited. Oh, Ben says Foster's beer. I know that, and shrimp on the barbecue.
There you go.
I like barbecued shrimp. It's actually good.
Oh, did that one? How did that happen?
Right there. Yeah. They don't sell Foster's here. Forster's. Steak, yeah. If you want to pay $50 for a steak, yeah, go. Probably win a meat raffle. Wow. $50
Michael,
for a steak.
I think this might have to be the last one coming up.
Ray says, yes, mall culture in Philippines is like the 80s in the US, more social interaction in Philippines, even with social media influence. Yeah, I see that. There's definitely more people going to the mall because I think it's just more new. Malls are a more new thing here, whereas we've had them forever. And then I always think it's impressive that they want to wear all these, I consider fall and winter-like clothes here in the summer, just because they're so interested in wearing the fashion. They'll wear it in the hottest. I can't wear anything but shorts and t-shirt here. I'll be cooking. JB says I got to. I'm just kind of skimming it.
Yeah, I'm pick one more and then we'll see something.
go to what's Ray say here? It's lonely in here. Should I invite some of my female stalkers in here? LOL. I'm totally joking, Leah and Shay. Yeah, he gets all these random. I guess they're Filipinas on his channel, like in his live streams.
Oh, really?
Ray. Yeah, he's like a celebrity to them. They talk like he is God's gift to men. He's a big pimpin' on Ray and the Sunshine.
You're talking of Leia and Chair. We didn't get any treats today. They're not online with any questions today.
I was
No,
eating my
totally.
eggs. I was eating my egg
Oh,
sandwich.
you got
You were
plenty of-
spoiled because of the bread pudding last Tuesday.
That and coffee I got last time.
Yeah. That was good, actually.
All right, guys, we've been going an hour and a half, and this is the time we normally finish, as I have to pick up my child from school soon. So anyway, for those that were there today, thank you. It was an intimate group today.
I appreciate it too. I'm glad who was here, thankful. And Gary and I always have fun. We're starting to like this. If
You
you
know,
haven't
it's
noticed.
fun, even though it's just me and you chatting, and there's a couple. You meet Ray and Ben, and
Yeah, really. It's like the four amigos.
yeah. But you know what? We're going to continue each week coming up with different subjects. Some weeks I'm sure they're going to be more popular than others. You never know with the live stream, right? So, but we'll keep doing this every week, and look out for some new videos on Michael's channel and my wife's channel and my channel soon too. And tomorrow we're going to be going to the waterfall,
I'm looking forward to that.
and hopefully I'll make it, and you won't have to like carry me back or something.
I'll do my best if I have to carry you. I might be dragging you. Carrying you might be difficult.
Yeah, probably would be. So anyway, thanks guys. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you next time.
All right, see ya.
God bless.